Hi everyone. So today we're going to talk about viruses and vaccines. And a virus is a virus that looks like this. Well, not really. In real life, it really looks like a virus. Really looks like this with all those receptors and things. So that's a virus, all right? And viruses are really small. In our body, they look like just a tiny dot, where our cells look kind of big. So yeah, that's a cell. Bacteria already have a video of their own. Go watch that. So that's viruses. So you see, viruses on one map, let's say from Florida. You see a virus from Florida to the UK can travel when people fly in the air using air currents. But that driving through air currents also has a side effect. It has to get to other countries. And the country is Ireland. So enough talking about countries, because wind currents can carry viruses, but most likely it's people traveling on planes to get to there. Okay, so let's see. So this is a virus. When it gets there, it binds to the receptors on the cell. And also it's called cell receptors. And after that, it pumps in its DNA. And then after that, it will connect it. We're going to do a process of. And after that, after it pumps through that, the cell becomes a virus producing area. It starts pumping out one virus after another virus. So yeah, those viruses would continue to multiply. And so now we got one thing. Well, it's also before long, one thing has to happen. As all the viruses starts to take up, causing the cell itself to explode. Yep. And then it sends all those viruses out of the cell, which for the viruses is happy. Well, for the cell, it's not happy. It's not a happy day. Yeah. So after the viruses reach a certain threshold and activates the immune system and the white blood cells, which you see would probably double the capacity of the blood vessels to, why? So that way it can transport more white blood cells through the area to get to the body. And after that, becomes a certain area of life and death. So you see, if you want to learn more, find out more in our immune system video. But you see, they battle each other on the battlefield as they try to, take hold as more white blood cells arrive. So yeah, it's more like the viruses are going to get killed. But sometimes viruses attack the cells, causing them to die or just get infected anyway. And then there's something called killer T cells, which order them to kill themselves, so that way that they don't spread the virus. So yeah, these ones can be pretty bad. But if they take the right chance, the immune system could win and take the threshold, which is good because you do not want to have. It's good because you do not want virus species left all over the place. Your immune system really does not want. So it produces something called antibodies. Everybody knows that the antibodies are real. So come on. So antibodies bind to receptors on the virus, just like there's receptors on the cell to start doing one thing. To start killing the virus, and together with the cells, it would eliminate the virus and making you immune to it. How? Because your body, while producing those antibodies, produces something called memory cells, which is just another form of another cell. Those cells just do nothing but just remember the virus. So it just floats around in your body and in your bloodstream until that virus comes back. So yeah, a big explanation of viruses in the immune system. So yeah, that's big. So other viruses trick the body into, well, doing one thing to kill themselves. Well, that's bad, so stop talking about that. So that's infection. So, yeah, you would not want to get one, but the flu virus mutates so often that there needs to be a new thing that I'll tell you later to protect you. What is that thing called? That thing is called something you do not like: vaccines. But vaccines are surprisingly very important. You just send out wrecked pieces. Speaking of that, it's time for our concept of. So, IMS means the immune system. So, your body has fought vigorously but has eliminated all the viruses. But your immune system also took a kind of hit. But no worries, they'll eventually replenish themselves. Because cells, there's one thing that cells like to do. They like to divide a lot. That's the whole reason why cells divide a lot. To protect you. They can't be, without it you'll die in a few days. But whatever. So immune cells are very, very important. So yeah, just let the cells multiply themselves. Vaccines are like tools that are for, you guessed it, transporting some weakened viruses. Vaccines are just tools strong enough to activate your immune system. And people hate most days that needle. But that needle is used to transport all those stuff that's inside it, and also the virus. So the virus is just really a weakened copy of it. That makes the virus. And after that, it just makes enough the virus bad enough to trigger your immune system into killing it, and also producing memory cells to remember that. So yeah, vaccines are simple, right? We can just get away now, right? Not so fast. So you see, let's go do a little bit of history. Let's do a little bit of history talk. So what was the first vaccine invented? It was invented in 1701 by this man named Edward Jenner. And fun fact, it wasn't invented in 1701, it was invented in 1769. For what? It was invented for smallpox. So you see, before then, the smallpox was a very bad disease. 30% of people who got it died. So yeah, that's bad. And that's also a good vaccine. And it wasn't the smallpox vaccine. It wasn't smallpox. It was something called cowpox. It was given to a child named, well, it's really unknown, but it was a cowpox vaccine. So after cowpox, they gave it to a child, and successful. The first smallpox vaccine was invented, and then there's now there's vaccines for a lot of stuff. There's a vaccine for the ongoing corona. There's a vaccine for the flu, the cold, chickenpox, measles, and a lot more diseases. So let's go see what which one does which. So pretend we got like a total of 10 million people. So now what? Well, we have to go see what's gonna happen. And you want to go see? Sure. Because pretend that 10 million people then took the MMR vaccine. So what would happen? So all the way down only this much, or 800,000 people, which is not a small box, it's a ton of people, will get a fever. And of course, like everything, vaccines have a side effect. So 700,000 or another 5% will get a mild rash. And this is research. So yes, 125 people, or 0.0001%, will get a condition called epilepsy, or whatever they call it. I do not know how to pronounce it. It's a disease that lingers in your brain and kills them a few years later. So yeah, that's a very small one. 10 people, or 0.00000001%, will get inflammation to dyskinesia. And, well, yeah. So 130 people would have suffered, severe side effects. So yeah, that's bad. And also, we didn't count the people who would get a severe allergic reaction, which would be roughly about 1,000. So that raises it to 1,130, but that's still very small compared to 10 million. So yeah, it's gonna be. If you got the MMR vaccine, the measles, MERS, rubella vaccine, you should check anyway. So that's viruses and vaccines. So what do you have today, Bella?
I guess I have a book. Okay. His name is, he doesn't have a name, but he starts with a letter M. He got the crown, but now talk about something else. Animal teeth. They will have very special. The first one is bunny tooth. Will bunny teeth go in? Yes. They will not. They will never come from you. Next one is dog tooth. Oh no, that's not dog tooth. That's dog tooth. Dog tooth will have very special things, but to hunt for food. Go to this one. The octopus. The octopus has food to young cell and get people. Okay? This is duck. Duck has very special teeth to get ability. But they don't have teeth. They just use theirs to eat fish. Oh, is that beak? Hippo. Hippos are use their teeth for fish. Down, down, down. Down. You don't need animal teeth. You're human. You don't really need animal teeth. Talking about all these teeth you will not need. Even if you're the king, you'll still not be it. Bye.
Oh. So that's the subscribe button.
I'm not gonna hit yet. Fireworks.
New Year's was a week ago.
I know, but I just like it. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Have fun. I just want but man.